Hello, my name is Dwayne Little. I am a doctoral student at Liberty University, and my dissertation is going to explore the Grant Peace Plan. Now, this is a new chapter in the United States relations with Native Americans, and the historiography of the Grant Peace Plan begins with Nevins. Nevins was a historian. He wrote about Hamilton Fish. And in his book, talking about Hamilton Fish, he presents Grant as a cigar smoking, well meaning, but not very creative chief executive. Now, this is going to change in time. William McFeely in 1981, he's very critical of Grant in his biography of Grant. McFeely does give Grant credit for being a humanitarian towards the American Indians, but he doesn't see Grant possessing, a curiosity, any real creativity as the chief executive. As Henry Adams said during Grant's time, that he was a baby politician. I think McFeely would agree with Adams. And you move into the next generation of historians: Joan Waugh, Brooks D. Simpson, Gene Smith, Gallagher, and the latest Ron Chernow. They give Grant a lot more credit for being, a capable politician. They see him having, good ideas, the ability to follow through on policy, a victim of his own cabinet in many ways. And, there's some movement on Grant and his ability to govern. So Grant's reputation as being a capable president has risen significantly in the last 15, 20 years. Grant is moving up the ladder when we look at rankings of presidents. Now, as far as the Native American peace policy, Grant sought to use Army officers. Quakers were involved. Other Christian denominations were involved. The story here is getting stronger. We're getting a better picture. All the historians agree that Grant was a humanitarian. Areas that my research is wanting to explore more fully is the Native American voice. Now, there has been some preliminary work here. And of course, the sources are not as plentiful when you're talking about spotted tail, red cloud, and your Native American population at the time. So this is going to require some good research. It's going to require getting into that Native American voice, trying to bring it out more prominently than has been done in the past. Another area that is going to be explored is the impact of big business. Grant takes over at a time when the United States was becoming a emerging economic powerhouse. So the movement west, development, the railroads, all of these things are occurring. And certainly Grant feels an obligation to protect, the financial well-being, the economic power that the United States is reaching. Grant certainly does not want to hinder the progress in the West as these towns are developing. And he has an obligation to protect the migrants who are flooding in from the East and from Europe even, and they're coming west for opportunity. There's an obligation to protect them, as well as protecting the Native Americans and business as a whole. So Grant is going to place a pretty strong burden on his army. And the army is ran in the West by little Phil Sheridan, who served under Grant. Grant was the boss of the military until he won the election in 1868, and becomes the 18th president. And his friend, William Tecumseh Sherman, who served under Grant, in Shiloh, back in the early stages of the war, Sherman was with Grant all the way. So he's close to Sherman, he's close to Sheridan, and there's other generals, Custer. So we will explore their contributions. What was their philosophy toward their boss's peace plan? So this is going to be looked at as well. The main area which my research is hoping to shed more light on, and I'm confident this will happen, is to bring out that Native American voice. There's been some preliminary work. The resources are not as plentiful as the United States government, but they're out there. So that's the goal of this dissertation. Give a more complete picture of the Grant Peace Plan, how it impacted Native American nations, and how presidents, administrations after Grant, did the Grant peace policy have a long-lasting impact? How did the Hayes administration look at it? James Garfield, his administration. And after Garfield's untimely assassination, Chester Arthur. And before Grant, Andrew Johnson. How does Grant's policy differ from Andrew Johnson's? Does it go beyond Chester Arthur? How far of an impact this change of policy did the Grant Peace Plan have in future generations of Americans and their international relations with Native Americans? So that's what we're hoping to achieve. It's going to be a fun time researching and getting to answer some of these questions. Thank you.